Hello everybody, this is Sky from Epic Time 99 here for part 12 or 13 of our Final Fantasy VI Let's Play. Wait, 14. It'd be 14, wouldn't it? Yeah, 14. That aside, my confusion. We were doing things and doing stuff. So let's continue our adventure on the magical mystery tour of mysteries and stuffs. Oh, okay, so this was actually the place we were supposed to go.
Hey, sexy.
Oh, what? Wait? Wait, did you guys just see that? He just, like, did he, like, wink at the kid? I don't... do you happen to know where I could find the man who lives here? Sure do. Left a couple of days ago, as soon as he heard Master Duncan had been killed. Oh. Head up to the mountains. They say Duncan's son Vargas is missing, too. I don't like it one bit. Well, that sucks. Duncan's gone. That's horrible. Well, nothing left to do but press forward, I guess. 'Cause you know, that's what adventurers do. I mean, jeez. He's dead? Damn. Well, that might complicate things. So now where do I go? I have to go north, so do I go this way? Yes, I do. This looks like a mountain path. Oh, there we go. Battle. Oh, these things. Yeah. Samuel's a badass. I'm going to be using that thing all throughout the game. I don't even care. I don't even care if I have to use Ultima or holy or crap. I'm using freaking crossbow the entire game. Mount Koltz. Sorry about that. Complication. You might not be able to hear the music now or anything, but I'll try my best. There's just some stuff going on, and yeah, you know how it is. Early in the morning, don't really want to be heard, or at least disturb people who don't want to be disturbed. That's pretty much it. So, yeah, there we go. But what is that? Oh, okay. Oh yay, Zubats. Zagraham. These guys are scary. I might be a little over-leveled. I don't think I am, but slightly. I don't know, maybe it's just the auto crossbow. The most badass weapon in the game. Okay, so I'm going through this way, because I need that chest. Chests are not for chumps. Yeah, that music. So, in other news, yesterday, today is the 23rd. Well, okay, 24th. So on the 22nd, I saw World War Z in theaters with a friend of mine. And I guess you could call this a little review of it, kind of. I saw it, and I was actually really excited to see it. I wanted to see it for a while, and I was actually pleasantly surprised. It was a good movie, better than I thought it was going to be. The zombies are actually zombies in this one. They actually say the Z word, unlike most movies nowadays, where they're afraid to say they're zombies by calling them infected and things like Did anybody else just see that? Right, I'm going to go this way again. Yeah, they actually use the word zombies in this film because they are zombies. And it's funny because there's a group of scientists in one scene in the beginning of the movie where they're discussing what the heck it is. It could be a virus or a disease or something like that. And methods of how to, prevent it and things like that, and stuff that they've learned. And this one guy's like, "Do you think they're zombies?" And they're all like, "What?" And they're like, "Possibly." And I'm like, "Thank you." I want to jump out of my seat and go, like, applaud because they actually used the Z word. They were like, "Yeah, these are zombies." And I was like, thank goodness they didn't just do something stupid and call them infected people or diseased or something. I thought that was good. And it's funny because Brad Pitt actually produced the movie. And the ending, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it's different from the trailers. The trailers make it seem like it's gonna be this big epic movie, and it is a big epic movie. It's got lots of action scenes in it, with tons of zombies, like hundreds of thousands of zombies, things going on. You're just like, whoa. It's pretty intense, but the ending is very mediocre in the sense that there's no huge build-up. There's no humongous battle scene. It's very, I wouldn't call it subtle, more like, what's the word? Intimate, I guess. There's no big battle. This is a minor spoiler, but it's just basically Brad Pitt in a room, and that's all I'm gonna say. Other than that, that's pretty much the whole movie. Well, okay, I should probably talk more in depth because I'm going all over the place. Brad Pitt, his character is a former, like, special forces guy, like an agent of sorts. In the past, he's unemployed at the beginning of the movie, but in the past he would go to, like, other countries and do escort missions and special forces things, helping people out, basically. Like in those action movies, like, or video games, like, say, Call of Duty and stuff, those special people that do these missions that only they can do, stuff like that, where they're called upon to do these missions because they're important, and only you can do these things because you have experience, and that's kind of like how it begins. I like how they handled the whole civilians and how they escaped the zombies at the beginning. That was cool. There's lots of shaky cam at the beginning, so if you don't like shaky cam, actually throughout parts of the movie, it's mostly in the beginning, and that kind of dies down a bit, but it's used variously throughout. If you don't like shaky cam or you get sick, don't watch the movie in a theater, because there's a fairly large amount of it at the very beginning, and it'll probably make you sick. 3D, I watched it in 3D. I liked it. The only bad thing about it is that the movie is kind of dark in places, being a zombie horror movie. Not really horror, more like a thriller, a zombie thriller. And the problem with that is that the shaky cam actually kind of gets worse with the 3D. Because the 3D glasses make everything a little darker, so it's even more difficult to see things. And the shaky cam doesn't help at all. I'm not gonna, like, downgrade the movie for that. They don't really use too many cheap gimmicks, like, like pointing things at the screen and crap like that. They do that a couple times that made me jump, but nothing that was really, like, that felt super cheap, Like, there are times where I was like, yeah, they're gonna do something that's gonna fly to the screen, and when it did, I expected it, but I didn't expect it. My body still went, ugh, because I jump a lot during movies like that. I suck at horror movies, like jump scares. I scream every time. That's why I don't go watch them in theaters. Yeah, I scream. I'm the only person that screams, apparently. I go, ugh. I can't even do it. I can't do it unless I'm scared. Like, I actually, like, get startled. I just do it, and I can't fake it. It just happens, and everybody laughs, and I laugh, and I'm like, crap. But anyway, the movie was fun. It was a good time. The story was actually pretty good. Brad Pitt's family in it is very underused, very underdeveloped. There's scenes in them where you're like, oh, subplot. Maybe they can show how the children are reacting to this, or how the wife is affected. It shows the wife being affected, kind of, but nothing to the extent that it should have been, and that kind of disappointed me. The CGI was good. It looks really fake in the trailers, in my opinion. And in the movie, there are parts where I'm like, that's a lot of CGI zombies. But I didn't actually cringe during those moments. I was like, wow, that's a lot of freaking zombies. Like, it was like an in-the-moment kind of thing. I would suggest go seeing it if you're an avid zombie fan, if you're really itching for a zombie movie, because it's one of the better zombie movies I've seen in a while. But it's not a horror movie, it's a thriller. The problem with it, I'd say, are the underused characters. They could have done more with it. It's just under 2 hours long. Just barely under or over. I can't really remember. It just barely hits that mark. It's long enough that you will probably leave like, that was a nice length movie. It wasn't too long or too short, even though they could have added things to it that really would have helped it. It felt okay with its length. It didn't feel too bad. Some might find the ending abrupt, some might hate the ending because it was actually rewritten from a big climax to a smaller ending that Brad Pitt wanted. And I think it worked in the movie's favor because I loved the ending. I loved it. Action scenes were good, lots of action scenes, and it's kind of formulaic in a way. Brad Pitt goes to a location, things seem okay, zombies appear, or they're there, or something goes wrong, and he has to leave. That happens like 3 times throughout the movie, 3 or 4 times. Different circumstances, different outcomes. They're all very cool. But if you were one to like rewatch movies a lot, like you go see a movie in a theater, then you buy it on Blu-ray or DVD, and then you rent it, watch it with a few friends, and you watch it again and again and again, just because you want to watch that movie again and again, even if you didn't like it. If you're one of those people, because there are people that I know that watch movies over and over again just because they can. That's really formulaic. It does follow the same structure over and over again with varying degrees of complexity and things like that. And it was a good movie. I'd probably, if I were to score it, my friend didn't like it. He gave it like a 4 out of 10 if you were to rate it. I'd probably give it like an 8. I'm very lenient on my movie reviews, like my opinions, because if I just enjoyed a movie, I'm just gonna say it and say I enjoyed a movie. Yeah, so random review of World War Z, 8 out of 10, I think. I wouldn't go see it again. I would probably rent it when it comes out, like watch it with a few other friends, not the same friend because he didn't like it, and he said he'd never see it again, but maybe with somebody else that wanted to see it. I might try and get it on DVD or download it or something because it's an enjoyable movie. I don't really have too many complaints about it. I had fun. It was a nice popcorn flick. Brad Pitt was really good in it. That's really all I could say. Oh, except some people might find the zombies really funny, because the zombies at first are scary, but then there's parts where they start they click their teeth like that. I don't really know how to do it. They like click their teeth, their jaws. And there's a few scenes where they're like in front of glass and they don't break the glass because they can't break it, and like they see the humans and they like smell them and stuff, and they want that flesh. And there's this few scenes where they're like banging against the glass, and you might think it'd be really intense, like visualizing a zombie gnawing at the glass to try and get you, hunger in its eyes, bloodlust, just wanting you and to kill you. That sounds terrifying. In the movie, I was in the moment and I thought that it was scary. Well, not scary, but like, you know, like if I was in this situation, I'd be freaking terrified. But in the way it comes off in the movie to some people is it's absolutely hilarious, because they're like making the most ridiculous faces, the zombies, and they're clicking and like banging themselves against the walls ever so slightly, and it's kind of funny, but that's kind of what zombies would do, so it's realistic in its portrayal. But just the fact that they do it that way, it's funny. I didn't really laugh too many times until my friend started laughing, and I laughed with him. But yeah, it's surprisingly funny if you find humor in those kind of things. If you're like, I don't know, you'd have to see it. It's hard to explain. Other than that, World War Z, good movie. I'd watch it again.